I'm Christy, and this is MamieGraceDesigns. Today, I am talking about my fail, which is the top I have on. Yeah, I'm very sad about it. This is my Tolsta tank. I worked on it all on my camping trip, and not only I basically knit half of it twice because I did the back correctly. When I got to the front, I didn't read the instructions. I think it's like a carpenter, you know, they say measure twice, cut once. Well, I should have read twice and knit once. Instead, I read half a time and knit twice. So learn from my mistake. I didn't do the front half right, so I had to rip it all out. I had knit up, and I was like, this is not, something's not right. Went back, read the instructions, realized I had not done a bunch of the decreases right, so I had to tear it all out to where you split for front and back and start over on just the front. Got done like the day after I got back from my trip, and it is huge, huge. It's way too long. I haven't woven in ends, and I haven't blocked it because I'm gonna rip it out. I'm not happy with it at all. I still love this yarn, and I held it double, and it's really pretty heavy. Heavy for Arkansas in the summer, too heavy for me. I'm gonna knit something with this yarn, but it's gonna be single ply, not held singly. I'm not gonna hold it double. But the armholes are way too deep. You know, this is knit from the bottom up. This is what I don't like about a bottom up pattern, is that I cannot go back and adjust my length. But it's too big everywhere. It doesn't matter. And I went down a size. My original cast on was a size 4. This was a size 3. It's huge. And I swatched. I had the right gauge. So I just don't even know what happened. But I'm gonna tear it out. It's a fail. It's a real shame. I'm pretty sad about it because I do love this yarn. And I love the color, but it's just way too big. So I have it on to show you. Okay, hopefully you can see this okay. It's like a dress on me. You see how deep it goes in the underarms. I don't like it at all. Even if I were to do a tuck, I don't like, it's just, this is way too big, and I don't want to wear a tank top under it in the summer. It's too hot. So I'll be tearing it out. Another couple of notes on this Tolsta tank is that because of the weight of the fabric, I feel like these straps definitely would have stretched out. And I did make the straps maybe 2 stitches wider than what it called for because I was wanting to cover my bra straps, which it covered them perfectly. I mean, I'm still gonna knit the Tolsta tank. I'm just gonna start over. Maybe I need to go down a needle size. I'm gonna look at all my notes and see what I did. I don't know. I might reach out to Rebecca and see if she can help me. So, disappointed in that. I will say though, I only used 4 skeins of yarn. I bought 6, of course I was holding it double, and I only ended up using 4. So I'll definitely have some, I mean, I can get a couple sweaters out of that. Okay, so that's the sad news. It's making my nose itch. Let me talk about the good news. Okay, so I just got back from my big camping trip to Colorado, had a great time. And I took this baby blanket with me, but I did not work on it at all because I was working on my Tolsta tank. I was on a mission to finish that Tolsta tank. But since I've gotten back, I have been working on this baby blanket. This is Luke's baby blanket. One of my best friend's grandson, who asked for this because his 2 sisters have one. Not the same exact kind. He chose his color. He was very particular, and he approved of the pattern, which is a leaf pattern. I've used it in some other baby blankets before. I thought it went with the green color, and it's kind of a good boyish pattern. So this is how far I've gotten. I'm pleased with that. I have 1, 2, 3, 3.5 more skeins of yarn, so it'll be a good size blanket. And I'm gonna put one of my new precious little stitch markers on it to mark my spot. This is from Jeogori, also known as Ann Made Co. And I love this little stitch marker, so I'm gonna put it on I'll just put it on right here. And we'll see how far I get next time. Next time I do an episode, we'll see how far I get. But if you join our make along that's coming up in July, you will get a stitch marker. All you have to do is email Yeji with your address and she'll mail you one. And she made these, she sent me 3. I don't know if everybody gets 3, but she sent me 3. And I love them. Yeji did such an excellent job on making them. They're so cute. And she gave me 2 different kinds of clasps because she didn't know what. I love tulips. Tulips are one of my favorite flowers. My other favorite flower is peonies, which are seasonal, very seasonal, short bloom. Well, so are tulips. And very expensive, I found out. When I did my parents' 50th wedding anniversary, I did all peonies. Didn't ask how much they were. Don't do that. So I will talk more about the make along in just a few minutes, but real excited about that. But first, this is made with Blue Sky Fibers organic cotton in worsted weight, and it is the color pickle. It looks like a pickle, doesn't it? And I'm using my pattern from Brooklyn Tweed called Wool Leaves. Yeah. And this is a great pattern. It's really easy once you start knitting it. Easy to memorize. And I've been binging. I just binged a show called Sherlock and Daughter. Highly recommend it. Really good. Historical fiction. Of course, Sherlock Holmes, so it's a mystery, and I've really enjoyed it. Pretty much that's what I've watched the entire time I've knit this much of the blanket. So, made good progress there. Not on my trip, but in general, I've made good progress. Pleased with that. Gonna rip out my Tolsta tank. I am trying to decide if I'm gonna start on my Getty tee or my K-side tee, both of them by Tanis Lavely. One of them, don't know which. But, okay, now I'm gonna talk about the make along. I have a post that Yeji made, and it's on our Instagram. She started a page. It's the Flower Power Make Along, M-A-L. You can do whatever you want. Crochet, knit, needlework, beadwork, macrame, whatever you like. And today I'm going to share first what I'm making and what my color selection is, and then I have some ideas if you need suggestions. If you join the make along, you'll also be on our Instagram group page, and you can get ideas from there too. And it's so much fun. It's so inspiring to see what people are making and what colors. I am very inspired by people's color choices. I think that's one of the reasons I love Tanis Lavely so much, is because her color choices really speak to me. And sometimes they're color choices that I would not have put together, but I love them. So that's a big part of my inspiration in making anything, is the colors. So let me share what I'm gonna make. I'm doing the drawing sweater. My printer is running out of ink, so it's not the best copy. But I've started my swatch. I'm afraid, so it calls for sport weight, and this is fingering weight. I feel like I'm probably gonna have to put some mohair with it. And I bought some Ito Sensai. I don't know, we'll see how it does with this. This is La Bien-Aimée Super Sock. What's it called? It's the Flora Morganite Merino Super Sock, yeah, in the color Flora Morganite. And I've had this for a long time and haven't used it, but it inspires me. I love this color. I don't know that it's necessarily good on me, but I love it. It makes me happy, so I am definitely using it. And I am planning to do a fade for the background, and white. Ooh, my yarn's coming unraveled. My fade is gonna be like this, okay? And then my flowers will be this. and I'm very excited about this. And these are all, now the white I bought today, the colors I had all in stash. And I'm excited to use my stash because I have a lot of stash. And these are like, I've got a Emma's yarn in here. It's just a variety. Isn't, I mean, I think I only have one skein of this Flora Morganite, although all of this came from my local yarn shop, so I can always get more of everything. So I'm swatching. We'll see if I get gauge, and if I don't, then I'm gonna hold, I think this kind of neutral light pink. I don't think it'll tone anything down too much. I think that cream will still pop, and so I'm real excited about my drawing sweater. This has been in my queue for a long time, and Yeji's already made her drawing sweater, so she's making the Make Yourself Flowers vest, which I love that one too, but I feel like I've just had this in my queue longer, so I just wanted to do it. Maybe next year I'll make that vest. I might just stay a year behind everything with Yeji. So let me share some of my ideas with you. The Flower Power Sweater by Anna Johanna. And I think this is in a book. I think I have her book. This might be in. Love the flowers in that. I'm just going to go through these real briefly. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. This is very size inclusive, from extra small to 5XL. And that is a DK weight, which I love that. Okay, the Amy Christopher's pressed flowers, you know, everything. There's a cardigan, there's a pullover, there's a cowl, there's socks, there's everything. So anything pressed flowers by Amy Christopher's would be great. I love the Tiff Nealon Wildflowers tee. That is a fingering weight summer top. That's super cute. I searched in Ravelry under flowers and knitting, and these are what I came up with. And after a while, I quit searching under flowers and I went to the word Fleur, F-L-E-U-R. And then after a while, I searched something else. Oh, Tulip. I did Tulip. And like my drawing sweater does not have the word flowers in it, but it came up. So somehow the designers have listed things where flower is in there. Okay, so Yeji's vest, the Make Myself Flowers vest by Vex Knot Studio, and that is an Aran weight. That's probably why I didn't want to do it. Also, it's Aran weight. I just don't get to wear that heavy a yarn here very often in Arkansas. Our winters are pretty mild. Okay, I love the Tulip Loop sweater. That would be a possibility for me. That's also Aran weight though. And that's by Other Loops. And there were several. There was a vest, there was a sweater, there might have been a cardigan. There were several options for that item. If you were thinking about making something for your kids, Knitting for Olive has a really cute daisy sweater for kids. I love that. And that is really just a sweater that you knit, and you put the centers in while you're making it, and then you go back and you embroider the leaves onto the flowers. That's really cute. You could do that for an adult sweater too, real easily. Found this Blooming Daisy Jeogori. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. By Sedna Yang. Ooh, that is so cute. It kind of has a kimono feel to it. That's a cool cardigan looking sweater. Yeah, it's listed as a cardigan. And that's DK weight. I really like that a lot. That might be a future make for me. The Fleur Cami by Brianna Mason. I just saw that recently on somebody's summer knitting plans. It might have been Casey from Young Folk Knits. Let's see, what weight is that? That is fingering weight. Fleur by Marie Wallen. Now this is like from 2016. This is kind of an older pattern, but I love it. So much color work. Has floral intarsias, fair isle, lace, twisted stitch textures, a lot going on in that, but I love it. It's kind of a boxy fit, which I also like, and it's DK weight, not too heavy. The Alpine Bloom by Caitlin Hunter. That's a very popular sweater. The Antique Flora by Wool and Pine. I actually have that started in a bag in my closet. Maybe this fall I might get finishing that. That might end up in my fall making plans. And it's a gorgeous, I was turned on to that sweater last year right before Rhinebeck, and a bunch of people that had made it. It became popular, I guess, and I like it a lot. I love all the different color combinations that I saw of women making that. So that was an inspiring sweater. Love that one. Antique Flora, and that is DK weight. Then there's the drawing sweater, which I'm making, and that is, it says sport weight. I'm trying it and fingering, see if I can get gauge, we'll see. The Mountain Laurel top, you know, I listed that in my summer makes possibilities. Love that. It could be a vest. It could be just a sleeveless top. I think sleeveless top. I think of it as a tank top. And that is sport weight. The Ranunculous is always a good one. You can do short sleeves, no sleeves, long sleeves, 3/4 sleeves, whatever. I've made 3 Ranunculous and I like those a lot. I love the Rose Cardigan by Andrea Mowry, and I especially love the example on here by Nappy Knitter B. And I love her color combination. She's got like hot pink on the sleeves, and then it transitions down to a grayish lavender. It fades towards the middle. That's just gorgeous. See, the colors inspire me. That is a sport weight, and it's an open cardigan. I don't think it has buttons, but Andrea Mowry has like a pin to hold it closed. Again, if you're looking at baby stuff, there's the Spring Blossoms Baby Romper by Sandra Magalhaes. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. That is the woman that I've done some test knits for. Her company is known as Agassalhos e Bugalhos. I'm sure I don't say that quite right. But I love so many of her designs, and I'm telling you, I'm in this heavy baby making season. I just ordered a baby gift for somebody today, a high chair, and my neighbor and I are going in on it together. And she is an artist, my next door neighbor, and she paints on like champagne bottles, and they're so cute. I'll post a link here. She does special orders, and she does them for engagements and graduations and babies and all kinds of fun stuff. And oh, I need to get her to do one for my daughter who's buying a house. So anyway, we've gone in together on the high chair, and I'm trying to get a baby sweater done for her before the showers in 2 weeks, 10 days, 11 days. And then, anyway, I'm bringing this up because I'm doing so much baby stuff right now. And I'm definitely making this Spring Blossoms Baby Romper for somebody. There's the Sprinkled Flowers Baby Blanket. I've done that edge on a baby blanket before. And that one's actually crochet. But that's DK weight. The Wildflower Pullover by Andrea Gahn. I love that sweater. I missed out on that test knit, and I'm really sorry. I'm still sad about it, but maybe next fall I'll make that sweater. That's only fingering weight, so hey, it's gonna be a lot of knitting, and it is some color work, but it is gorgeous. The Wild Iris hat. If you wanted a quicker project, you could do a hat. I love Brianna Arlene. She writes a great pattern. That's DK weight. The Flower Power Cardi. I mean, it's got our name in it, so perfect. That's a kind of a bulky, yeah, that's super bulky, which I'm not a huge fan of super bulky knitting or wearing. I guess I feel like it just makes me look like a big old Michelin tire man, so I don't really want to wear that, but it's cute on the model. Some of y'all might really like that. Just doesn't speak to me. It's cute, I just wouldn't wear it. Okay, the Nordic Flowers Scarf. That's a DK weight scarf pattern. Again, a shorter, more achievable pattern, or maybe if you don't make sweaters, you could do a scarf or a hat. Yardana Sweater by Teti Lutzak. That is, okay, she's using unspun Icelandic yarns, which I can't even pronounce. Plutalopi. Istex Plutalopi, it just looks funny. It's a DK weight, and that is really cool looking sweater. That pattern came out just this May. There's already 79 projects, and that is, oh, I like that pattern. I might have to make that this fall. I like this pink one with the dark gray. That's a cool looking sweater. There's lots of good color inspiration on there too. Y'all need to check that out. I'm gonna have to check her out later. Okay, the Alyssum Sweater by Tomomi Yoshimoto. That looks very similar to the drawing sweater, but the flowers go down further. Whereas the drawing sweater, the flowers stop about mid-chest. The sweater, the flowers kind of cover the entire sweater. That's a cool look. I like it. I'm sticking with my drawing sweater, but that is a cool looking sweater. I like it. And that's a DK weight. The Lavender Tank Top. Casey Apple turned me onto this a while back, maybe in the fall. She talked about this pattern and I liked it then. I still like it. I don't know why I didn't talk about it for my summer knitting plans, but I'm definitely planning to make this fall. I bought some yarn in Crested Butte that I'm going to make this with, and that sweater, that vest, what is it called? It's a sleeveless top. It grabs my attention and doesn't let go. I just really like that top a lot. And the name is Lavender, so I thought it fit with the flower power. Okay. The Fire Lily Sweater by Zanette Knits. That's a cool look. She does some really intricate color work patterns. And I have not knit anything by her, but I love looking at what she makes. I love following her on Instagram. This is a fingering weight, so it's gonna be a lot of knitting. But that is a cool top-down round yoke sweater. Stranded color work. Like it. The Iris by Trin Annalee. And this I've seen a lot last fall. It came out in December of 2024, so I saw it a lot this winter. And that's a cool design. It's very inviting pattern. It is light fingering, so that's a lot of knitting, but it is a cool pattern. Be great for this knit along, make along. Okay, the Papa Sweater. I'm gonna make this at some point. Now, the only downside of this is that it is a one size only sweater and it's oversized. The maximum body circumference is 57.5 inches. It's 53 inches long, so it's very boxy, which is how I like my patterns. The neck is probably wider than I would like, but I love this pattern. And it is stranded color work. I've never done intarsia. I don't really want to do intarsia, but the right pattern would probably make me do intarsia. But this is stranded color work, so it's not intarsia. I don't know why I'm bringing it up. Okay, love that pattern, another idea. If you want to do just a blanket, if you're not a garment knitter, that little orchid baby blanket I think looks really inviting. It is a fingering weight sweater. Do you need help? The age-old question, what's for dinner? Okay, that little orchid baby blanket is really, I mean, I might have to make this for somebody because I love this pattern. It's very interesting and inviting, and they used Jamieson's of Shetland, and it's fingering. Oh, so they backed it with fabric so that the baby's face does not come in contact with the wool, because I feel like that's probably a very rustic wool. I wouldn't use that wool, but it's an interesting pattern. That's going to be a possibility for me in the future. Okay, the Crocus Patch Baby Blanket. I have made this for somebody before, and it's a very sweet pattern, very lacy, antique looking. I'd say that's a classic, timeless baby pattern. I like that pattern a lot. Last suggestion I have is for a child's sweater. This is the Wildflower Cardigan by Marie Green, and it's sport weight, and that's really cute. So that's just, I didn't even list any socks. I only listed one hat. I didn't list any cowls, but like I said, that Pressed Flowers cardigan, there's a cowl in there. I'm pretty sure, I think maybe Anna Johanna has a flower cowl. The Tulip Loop sweater by Other Loops, I think they might have a cowl. There's a lot of these patterns that I've put in here that have multiple items with the same pattern. So just a few ideas to get you going on your make along. Now, I can't wait to see what people do other than knitting and crocheting. So, hey, I haven't touched that realm of possibilities. I do want to share one other thing before I go today. And this is, there is this cool, so on my camping trip, we stopped in Santa Fe for the night. And the next day we come up through Chama, New Mexico, and then into Pagosa Springs. That's where we were this year. And this company called Tierra Wools is in Chama. They teach weaving. They have giant floor, I think they're called Fleur looms, where you weave the stuff back and forth and you push, I don't know how to do it. But they do classes on it. And last year, or I think it was last year or the year before, when we stopped through there, they had a class going on with like 8 people. They have an old house and they're doing this class in the garage. And it was really fun to see what they make. And these weavings can be rugs or they can be wall hangings. And they start at like $1,200 and go up. And that's for these little ones. They're very expensive. And they sell all the wool and everything to do all that. Well, this is knitting wool. This is not weaving wool. This is a 2-ply fingering, but this is organic yarn, naturally dyed. Can be used for rugs, blankets, yarns, wraps. And it is the grower, spinner, and weaver owned. So one person took this from the animal to this finished product, which I love, and I love to support. So on our drive, there was just beautiful scenery, and I saw this setting of these rocks with this color gradation, and I was like, I took a picture of it because I was like, that is so gorgeous. Well, then we got to the Tierra Wool store, because of course we had to stop in, and they had this yarn. I was like, I am knitting a fade, and it's going to be those rocks. So let me show you all my colors. And this is everything that was in these rocks. I mean, it was amazing. I can't wait to make something out of this. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I have the yarn. It's staying together, and it will make a fabulous sweater. It is woolly, but not scratchy, and fingering weight, 2-ply. Feels good. It's substantial, but it's not too rustic by any means. I wouldn't even describe it as rustic. It's woolly. I like it. I can't wait to use it. So that's an exciting purchase on my trip. Didn't plan for that. I'll just show you what else I got at that store. I say store, you know, it's really, I don't even know what you call it. Tierra Wools. It's just Tierra Wools. I got some soap there. Oatmeal, milk, and honey, made in New Mexico. Smells so good. And then I get some, usually I buy these hand towels or kitchen towels at a store in Taos, but we didn't go through Taos, but they had the same towels at this little store. And I love these towels. They're some of my favorite ones. I buy them every year when we go through there. Looking to see if it says where they're made. Made in Albuquerque. And the patterns are just so neat. I don't know, unique. I don't see these on any designs that I buy back in Arkansas. And I like the colors. I usually keep these on hand for gifts. I frequently give kitchen towels as gifts. Like when we do a birthday party for tennis friends or whatever, I usually bring a kitchen towel. Because who doesn't need more kitchen towels? If you have a husband like mine that cooks, he ruins all your towels. But I can't complain because he cooks. I am going to share some footage from my camping trip. If you want to watch it, you can. If you don't, hey, that's fine too. We were in Pagosa Springs and we stayed at a campground where John Wayne had stayed when he filmed the movie The Cowboys, which is my favorite John Wayne movie. If you're too young to remember John Wayne, I'm sorry, you're missing out. You know, John Wayne's a Duke. He's just the best. The campground was crowded. It was kind of tight. We didn't have a whole lot of space. So probably wouldn't stay there again. We did hike in the area where they filmed the movie, and it was gorgeous. We had great hikes. The campground, the amenities were fine. They had a nice bathhouse, all that kind of stuff, but it was just really crowded, so probably wouldn't stay there again. Love the whole Pagosa Springs area. We found an area where we would camp next time. It has sites, but it would not have water or electricity, which we didn't use electricity. We did use the water. But you don't know those things till you go those places. So we ended our trip there with a day at the spa. I think it was called Springs Resort, and it was gorgeous. They had just expanded and made some really nice hot tubs. Basically, they have the natural hot springs there, and they were from anywhere from like 94 degrees to 112 degrees. Each tub was labeled with the temperature. You could choose your heat setting, and you could do the cold plunge into the river. I don't remember what river it is, but you could do the cold plunge into the river and then go right into the hot tub. It was really cool. The spa was very nicely done. It was only 2 months old, brand new, and they did an excellent job on it. So next year, we're talking about camping in Crested Butte and coming down and ending with 2 days at the Springs Resort. Now, I will say that is sulfuric hot springs, so there's definitely that stink, but you get used to it, and it's supposed to be good for you. Healing properties. You have to remind yourself of that when you're smelling it. It was a great trip. Had a great time. I love camping, and it really makes you appreciate your running water, electricity, a bath, not having to wait for a bathroom, all those things. Camping will make you appreciate your home. But I love it, and I do it every year. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed what I had to share. I hope you're going to join us for this make-along. We start July 1st through 31st. The Flower Power make-along, we are not limiting it in any way. If you think it's flower power, hey, it's flower power. No guidelines other than whatever you want to make. It could be in the name, it could have flowers, it doesn't matter. We want you to join us and to be stress-free. Hopefully you finish, but if you don't, that's okay. At least you've started, right? Starting is like usually the biggest battle. Then the hurdle is finishing for me. Yeah. I will be doing the first drawing, and I am working on the prizes. I will show those in a future episode. You don't want to miss out on these darling stitch markers that Yeji is making. I just love them. They're so cute. Yeji did just the best job. That's some fine detail work too. My old eyes would have a hard time with that. I just hope y'all will join along. It's gonna be fun. I'm having fun just planning for it. Buying my yarn, picking my colors, doing my swatch. That's all exciting. Okay, I look forward to seeing you next time. If you enjoy my episode, I hope you will like and subscribe. And I love to hear from you. Please leave a comment. the last I ever saw of my friends. But I got video footage of them, so y'all wave goodbye to me.
Our camping trip sure did change.
Took a turn for the worse when they featured me on 60 Minutes.
Ooh, it's cool. Yeah. Oh, it's cold, kids.
Hey, I saw them one more time. And then they got bitten by a rattlesnake.
No.
Hey!
It got cool.
Wow, it's real cool. Come on in, the water's fine, Christy. Divina, how'd you get down in there? Oh, it's cold. I know. Go.
Can you hear the elk bugling? I hear them every morning.